Welcome to ECN Trade Daily Video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration. Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you for joining me. After a whipsaw session on Wednesday, the Australian dollar finds support around the key area of 65.1015 in the wake of the US election, as Donald Trump's return as US president boosts the US dollar index to a 4-month high of 105.04. Investors are closely watching now the US Federal Reserve's policy decision on Thursday, which expects a 25 base point rate cut to a target of 4.5 to 4.75. Traders are also keen to await Fed Chair Jerome Powell's remarks for clues on potential policy action in December. So given the bounce from 65.1015, the technicals have buckled. Nevertheless, the market may see another challenge to the downside, but support is still seen there, and while intact, could eventually see a rise back to that 60-day moving average on the broader case. The euro dollar was hit hard as Donald Trump's return to the US presidency drove the index to a 4-month high, with investors paying attention to Thursday's Federal Reserve's decision, where a 25 base point rate cut is expected to 4.5 to 4.75. Let's see how the market plays out, and given the fact that the dollar is somewhat overextended, the market may stage a recovery, but overall the support is now seen roughly around 106.60-65 if returned. Looking to the top side, the intraday resistance seen at 107.75 to 108.30, but the market will likely remain whipsawed given the recent 24-hour price action. The dollar yen surges on the back of the US presidency outcome, and with the dollar strength, the market is now neutral due to the fact that we've broken topside level around 153.80.90. With major events like the US presidential election outcome and the upcoming Federal Reserve policy decision, markets will likely remain volatile and therefore requiring traders to adjust their strategies accordingly. Sterling was also whipsawed as it plummets to the key level of 128.40.50, and from there the market is now somewhat mixed. Looking ahead though, we've got the Bank of England's rate decision, which expects a 25 base point rate cut, which could ignite another whipsaw price action. Any return to the bottom side of the range views the support area around 128.40.50, and while intact keeps the bullish outlook, but if breached would give me a neutral view in the short term and reassess the next strategy. Spot gold is crushed and taking out the trend line, as we can see here at 2,700, and now puts a mixed spin on the outlook. Overall though, let's see if the support level can hold around 2,650, and if so, could see a slow recovery and look for another test back to that top side of 2,700. But the technicals have buckled and weighed quite heavily, and therefore may see a retest of that base at 2,650. But it's a key point. Let's see if it can hold. Wrapping up with oil, we've got a dragonfly doji after a whipsaw price action. The market is now looking for direction, but overall has closed relatively firm and therefore could see another uptest. A break above 72.40.60 would see a move to $74 a barrel, which is still viewed as a potential target. With any pullback, support is seen around 70.5. Well, that's a wrap. Thank you for joining me. As always, look out for the intraday report, and I hope you enjoyed the great start to the day.